Ain't nothing to it. No, ain't nothing to it. Real one. Ain't nothing to it.
Hey. What's going on? Pause that real quick. It's the one, the only Natural Lady Boss L Boogie, and I am back. I haven't been here in a while. I know it's life. Every time I think I got stuff going, life come back like, hey, you forgot about something, and you take 2 steps forward and get hit 5 steps back. And when you're doing it all by yourself, it's even harder. So, I'll tell you a little bit of my story. If this is your first time joining me, thank you so much. If you are catching me on a replay, if I was trying to go live on Facebook, but Facebook is like, you didn't give us permission on your camera. And I'm like, I've been doing lives on here, so I don't know. So I'm here on YouTube. Usually I go live on YouTube. On Periscope and Facebook, but I've changed so I can change it up and do it on YouTube. So right now I am all live on YouTube right now. So if you're watching me from a post that I've made, welcome. I am, like I said, the one, the only Natural Lady Boss L Boogie, and I'm grateful to be here. A little bit about myself. Of course, as you see what the title of the topic is, it's about single parentpreneur. I am a single parent. I have a son who's on the autism level. He's very high functioning. He's a great kid. He's actually very, very smart. He has what's called hyperlexia. So he has certain attributes where he's very, very, very smart, genius level on these things. And, I'm honing on those skills because he knows that it's all about being an entrepreneur. I'm also a single daughter, which means, I have brothers, I have sisters, but it's all about me. Everything falls on me when it comes to it. So I take care of my mom, I take care of my son, I have a full-time job. Plus, of course, it wouldn't be nothing if I wasn't an entrepreneur. So I am a full-time mom, a full-time caregiver, daughter, a full-time employee, not for long. And I have not one, but 2 businesses. And the second business I just launched recently, and I can't wait to officially tell everybody exactly what it is. It's going to be amazing. Oh, I probably will be announcing it probably in another week or so. I have to make sure I have everything in place, but trust me, you guys will be first to know. Make sure that you're here on YouTube, because I'll probably post it here on YouTube and then let everybody else see it. So as you can see, what I was talking about, the title of this is Single Parentpreneur Battles. The battle between procrastination and productivity. And it's a lot that we have to deal with being single parents. We just, we're just, no, I'm not going to say we're tired, because everybody's tired. This is the longest election that we are dealing with that I know of in my history. And we have so much going on. Now, I'm not saying that married couples don't have troubles and single people don't have troubles. It's just me being a single parent I got to focus on my single parents, whether you're a single mom, a single dad. This is all for you. So I was reading an article, and it was talking about, the battle of being a single parent entrepreneur. I just slashed it and just made it single parentpreneur. Right. So I'm going to pull up the article to give you some of the things that they talked about, because I thought it was pretty interesting. 1 second. How did I lose it just that fast? I just had it. Okay. So I got it. But when it comes to the end of it all, we are going to win the battle between procrastination and productivity. I'm definitely a person who, I am a procrastinator. It is what it is. It's just sometimes you don't feel like doing it. Like I do so much. Like these shoulders have played basketball, football, softball. I have ran with the fellas. I have done some interesting things. I've done some interesting things. I have a big family on both sides. I am a mixture of cultures, a very big mixture of cultures. So I've done a lot in my life, but it's just like after doing all that, I'm tired. I don't want to do nothing else. Like now, I haven't done these videos because I've been so tired. Um, I have a lot going on that people don't know about. A lot of times I won't share it. There's a minute few that knows what's going on, and the people that think they know what's going on, they really don't even know exactly what's going on. So it's just like, bam, So it's like, what do I do? I have to just change in the light. I'm sorry. So I have to get it all together. It's all on me. It's all on my shoulders. So it's like when it comes to procrastination, hands up, it's all on me. I am definitely part of that trail. But it's just it sounds familiar, doesn't it? To a lot of you single parents out there, it sounds familiar that you just don't want to be bothered doing things. That always later. I'll get to it later. I have to do this now, and you try to set up maybe some sort of timing, some sort of, okay, well, at this day I'll do this time I'll do this, and then I'll do that, and I'll do this, and I'll do that, and it's just like I'll look at my board. I've looked at my calendar and literally like, I can't do none of that. I can't do none of that this week. I'm tired. Or today I'm supposed to do laundry, and then it's like, oh, well, I've actually been in the house all day, so I ain't been go out to do laundry. So now tomorrow it's like, okay, I need to double up on laundry. I got to double up on this. I got to go to the post office, mail off a package. I have to take time. So it's just one thing after another. But I wanted to read you a quote that I did find. It's from Napoleon Hill, and it says, procrastination is the bad habit of putting off until the day after tomorrow what should have been done the day before yesterday. Yeah, that's on me. And I'm pretty sure it's a lot of you out there, whether you're married, coupled up, cuffed up, whatever it is, you're single, we've all dealt with some sort of procrastination, right? But how do you break down the habit of procrastination without breaking down? And I can tell you, I've had plenty of breakdowns. I'm a big advocate of mental health awareness. I have my own battles with mental health. I have family members that battle with all forms of mental health, and the first thing people think of is like maybe schizophrenia, or they just think of all types of things, and it's not that. Depression is a form of mental health. Anxiety is a form of mental health, and I've battled depression. I didn't even know for a long time that I actually battled depression. When it finally came up, I was on medicines at time, and at this time now I am a mom. I'm a single mom, take care of my son. He's young. So now I'm battling the fact that what I'm going through with my son as far as his physical, and I didn't know at the time. I didn't know until he was about 2 going on 3 that he was on the autism level. I knew something was wrong, and of course I was getting pushed off from different doctors. Oh, it's okay. He just needs to be around other kids, and he's just not socially active. I'm like, he's around other kids. He's socially active. I know there's still something wrong with my child. Why is my child, he's talking, but we can't understand him? Like, what's going on? There's nothing wrong with his tongue. He just work with him, until I change to his doctor that he has now. And she is African American. And when I changed to her when he was 3 years old, she nipped it right in the bud. She was like, no, it should not be like this. He should not be like this. She wrote off. We got him into early intervention right before the cutoff. So they started prepping him and helped me to do with more stuff. So then when he started school, he was in daycare doing it. And then at daycare, they actually extended it for him. And then when he started school in kindergarten, I was already on the ball. I had all this paperwork, and they're just like, wow. They're like, you did all of this by yourself. I'm like, yeah, I'm a single parent. who else is going to do it? I have to make sure my child is good. So that was part of my productivity. But like I said, there's still times where I'm just like, I can't do it. So, as with anything, before you can fix the procrastination, you need to pinpoint the true cause. So, procrastination could surface as a result of fear or failure. And I have notes. So, don't think I'm doing this off the top of my head. I have notes written down. Some of the stuff I have from the article that I found as well. So, like I said, let me go back. Procrastination could surface as a result of fear or failure, or a fear of success. Now, that's crazy because a lot of people don't think that they can have a fear of success. But yeah, as long as you're putting off what you want to do, what you want to succeed at, what you want to get done in order to get to success, you can have that fear of success, which is why you procrastinate so much. And sometimes it shows up just due to a lack of organization and prioritization, right? So, according to Psychology Today, one of the most common causes of procrastination is lack of competence. So, a lack of competence shows up when we simply don't know how to complete the task before us. Has that happened to you? Like something has come about and you just can't figure out where to get started, how to get started, what to do first. You're just like, whatever. I can't. It can be too big, overwhelming, and then we just shut down. I promise you that be me. I will shut down. I will shut everybody out until I can figure it out. And you move toward working on something that we know how to complete instead. So, like I just was having trouble. All right, prime example. I have my podcast mic. Finally, one that works, right? So, maybe an hour before. Now, all day I had time to get this podcast mic together. Didn't do it. I waited an hour before this broadcast to try and get this mic set up so I can have my mic and everything. I got the camera is sitting right here next to me because I was just like, you know what, I can't do it. I'm gonna go on to something else. And literally I went on, came on, let me get to my computer. I could work on my computer. I finished that. I got that. I know a little bit something about computers. But then here I go again, trying to set up to do a Facebook Live, and it's like give me all type of errors, all types of problems, and it's not I'm not giving access to Facebook to my camera. I'm like, I don't know how that's possible because I've done plenty of lives on Facebook. So it's like, okay, back to what I was doing before because I fixed that part. So here I am. So I know I have definitely done that. So, this is often, as it's stated, this is often referred to as the shiny object syndrome. How many of us have been kids and we've seen something and we're like, oh, yes, I'm going to play with this now. And then you're like, I I don't, I can't work it. And you put it to the side and you go to something, oh, oh, I like that one over there. I'm going to play with that. We've seen our kids do it. We've done it, it's amazing, right? But of course, most of the time it doesn't work out for everybody because just as soon as it starts to get too difficult, too challenging, other business venture comes up, another venture comes up, something else comes up to catch your eye and you're out. And I mention business ventures because a lot of us that have been afforded the opportunity to be a part of a company. I have a business. I'm a part of a affiliate marketing company, where it's a credit and financial education, right? I talk to people a lot, constantly talking to people about it. And I'll people ask me questions. People I know like, oh, I got a question for you. And it's just like, okay, sometimes I don't want to answer questions because you could look up the information. But being a professional, I can't do that. But when some people just constantly ask you questions because they really don't want to use your service or go to you, or they don't want to pay. That's what it comes down to. They don't want to pay. So they want to see how to roundabout do things. And sure, there's a whole bunch of ways of doing it, but if you want it done right, you're going to let me and my company do it. And I have seen it time and time again where people have tried to do it on their own. And it's just like they won't come back right away, but they always come back and be like, you know what? I think I need to sign up because it says my credit score dropped, but I don't understand why my credit score dropped. Oh, so what did you do? Well, I paid off these past bills from collections, so I figured my credit score should jump from then. Had you signed up, had you listened to me, had you been on one of my countless broadcasts I've been on, I have shared from my other business partners, the other leaders in the company, from the top leadership themselves in the company, you would have had so many answers, but only answer you wanted to know was how to do it yourself. So now here you are, deeper in debt with less money, and now I'm here to help, which I'm grateful to help. But if you came to me the first time, you wouldn't have to worry about it the second time, right? So of course there are exceptions. Like I said, I have my notes, so you're going to keep seeing me look at my phone. Sometimes we legitimately just jump ship. We jump on a sinking ship, and climb aboard to find the right business for us. How many of you have been a part of different business ventures? I've been with the company. It's called Novae. It means new beginnings. I've been with this company from pre-launch, and pre-launch is before we actually launched to the public. I was able to get in on the ground floor. So the company is going to be 6 years old next month. So I have literally been with the company 6 years. I was with another company for, like a lot of us that have been in Novae from the very beginning. Of some of us OGs, so to speak. Some of us OGs, and we was in another company together. A lot of us didn't even know each other in that other company, and when that company folded, we all came together into Novae, and it was like, wow, you was there, like, oh, you was in it, and you find out it's like, wow, I didn't even know you was in that company. And it's just like, okay, but that wasn't us. No, that wasn't sinking ship. That was a sinking ship. It was good while it lasted, and then it was like, excuse me, and everybody started pushing away, and it was just like, you know what, I'm out because I'm not getting any benefits from this. So left that company. We left that sinking rowboat, and now we jumped to a shiny yacht that is sailing, and it's becoming a bigger and bigger yacht. Some people try to poke holes in it to see if it's going to sink, and people want it to sink, and people have tried to make it sink. But Novae is too powerful because we are powered powered by some of the most phenomenal leaders in the business. The company is ran by the president CEO, Mr. Rico McDaniel McCambry, his wife Shanae McCambry, who is also the director of operation, as well as Mr. Haziq Ali, who is the vice president of sales and acquisitions. So as you have that from the top leadership, and then coming on down, you have the corporate staff, and you have the leadership advisory team, which I'm a part of. We're going to make sure that Novae will never, ever be that sinking ship, because we're not jumping to another boat just to save our lives, right? So I keep getting timed out on my phone. But there are 3 really good, effective weapons, right, that you're going to arm yourself with in order to fight the battle between productivity and procrastination. So let's start with the one that makes the most impact first, and that is to get organized. Make sure you got that. The first one is get organized. So organization is so powerful. And I'm not talking about, cleaning your office, which that does help, because that's what I'm about to do next is I'm throwing out more stuff. Um, but you can take baby steps to make big changes in your life. You may want to start with a daily checklist. Check off the tasks to be completed. I actually put stuff on. I have two calendars. One in the kitchen is for the family. It's more for my son, so he knows what chores he have to do each day, and I write that down. But of course, on my calendar, one of my calendars, yeah, my calendar that I have up on the wall, I started doing it and then I stopped. So of course this month I'm back on it. I'm like, okay, today I have to do this, tomorrow is this. So today I had on my calendar that is when it Wednesdays. So it's like I have to do my broadcast. I haven't done it. I need to get back out there. I need to talk to my single parents. I need to do my power mommy moves, right? So I have it on there. Tomorrow Tomorrow's Thursday. Tomorrow is my errand day, which was actually supposed to be today. So tomorrow I have to go to the post office to ship off a package. I have to go to the store to get some things for my mom and my son, and then come back. If I'm not too tired, go do laundry, which I have to do laundry. That's like I have to do laundry. So, you know, I have those three things set up for tomorrow. So I have to get an early start. So, you know, you don't have to write down everything you have to do, but just make a checklist of like I said, the daily stuff that you need to do. Having a prioritized task to wait, having a list. I know I'm like reading something backwards. Having a list, prioritized tasks to complete during the next 12 hours will seriously change your life, right? So once you get started with this, then you'll probably find yourself expecting Rome to be built in a day, and we know that's not possible, right? So it's a natural progression. So every day, so you might not be able to do everything that day that you do. So like I said, the three things I had to do tomorrow was to go to the post office, go to the store, and do laundry. Now, I might only make it to the post office and to the store, but at least I conquered and completed two tasks off that list. So that's something that I don't have to push to another day. Like yesterday, what was supposed to be going to some other store, actually going to my old neighborhood. I was supposed to go to my old neighborhood, go to the store in the neighborhood where I live at, and then come back, go to the post office. And I kept canceling, going around, trying to figure out. I'm like, all right, I gotta go vote. I gotta go here. I gotta go to the bank. And it was just like, okay, let me just go vote, go to the bank, come back, because my mind was all over the place. So I had to push stuff back. So what I didn't complete yesterday is on the calendar for today. Now, of course, I didn't do anything today. I can't say that. I did do things today, but I made sure that I was trying to get my podcast together, my podcast microphone together, and I was like, I'm gonna do my Win It Wednesdays broadcast. So I did one thing off there, even though the stuff that I was supposed to have done yesterday was on here, that didn't get done. So now it got pushed to Thursday, but I'll complete two. I'll complete three tasks tomorrow. And either way, it'll be great. So that means on Friday, either I'll have new tasks set up, because I don't set it up for the week because it usually changes, because I'm not sure what's going to happen between with my mom and my son. So I try to do it maybe 2 days in advance of what I believe I should be able to do on that day. So today's Wednesday. When I finish, I'll put down what I should be able to do on Friday and Saturday. Now, if it doesn't go through, then of course I'll push it to the next day. But at least it's showing some productivity when I check off that I have completed it. Now, there's a challenge that I want to put out there for you single parents. I know it's tough, and I'm going to do it along with you, but it's more practice, right? So I want you to build a checklist. I want you to write out a checklist. All you mompreneurs, your dadpreneurs, all of you, make sure you have your checklist out. And I want you to organize, prioritize your list. So you're going to say, what's the most important things you have to do? You're going to organize it, prioritize it in a list. I think I'm gonna make out a checklist so I can actually send it to you guys whenever you want it, you're interested in it. Just make sure that you drop your email here so I can send it to you, and I could send you the checklist, because I'm gonna create it after I finish this, now that I think about it. So we can all do it together. You know, you might not be able to start right away, but the thing is that you need to start, right? And of course, there'll be check boxes on there. So as you complete, you just check it off and then congratulate yourself that you've checked off what you had on that checklist for the day. You know, it's going to be a daily checklist, not a monthly, because Lord knows we get overwhelmed and it's like, don't give me no monthly just yet. Just give me a daily, even a weekly, you might be able to do. But let's just start off with a daily checklist, right? So the second weapon of battling productivity versus procrastination is action conquers fears, right? So here is something: action conquers fears is truly an important phrase in this battle, right? And it's going to help all of us get through it, get through everything, right? So there have been times where fear can get the best. You know, fear has gotten the best of me. I'm pretty sure fear has gotten the best of you. Even if you've never said it to anybody, it's said to yourself. Fear got the best of you. Just like, nah, I got to think about that for a second, homie. Like, let me pull back. Let me get back. Let me check it. Let me make sure and everything. And you're just like, okay. But when you put your action into fears, when your action conquers your fears, I'm sorry, it's like a whole new world has opened up, right? So what about um describing, check this out. Describe procrastination. Some people will describe procrastination as being stuck in your fear cave or your spinning worlds. Now I know that spinning world feeling, right? And you know, putting to work the phrase action causes fear will benefit you, right? So it's so much you have to do. So you want to start putting that phrase into play in your life right away. You know, and quickly you'll find out that, you know, you're just taking one step forward to beating a daunting task. I had a message come through. I don't know why, but it's okay. you know, you're one step forward from completing that task. You know, anytime you put action, it conquers your fears. You know, I just started today where I am enrolled, not even going to, I am enrolled in a 7-day recruiting challenge with one of my mentors from afar, Mr. Eric Worry. And I'm like, shaking, because although I've been in business 6 years, I'm not a public speaker. I don't like speaking at all, but people tell me all the time, you're a great speaker. I'm like, I can't stand speaking. Let me just sit down, take notes, and, you know, ask a question or two, and I'm okay. And I don't even ask a question. I might listen to see if somebody else asks the question. Like, I really, I don't like speaking at all. But no, like I said, people tell me that I'm a great speaker. And, you know, I actually made a post today because part of it is like we got to get ourselves out there. And for the longest, I kept myself in the shadows, and I'm still going to keep myself in the shadows because it's much safer there. But I won't get as much done. So this 7-day recruiting challenge that I'm a part of, and a couple other of my business partners are a part of, is going to have us run for the money. And that's what we're all about doing, is securing the bags for us, our family, and for generations to come. Because like I said, I work full time. You know, I have a full-time employee, but that doesn't mean I'm going to stay a full-time employee. That's why I have not one, but two businesses. And of course, I'm working with my son with his business, and the fact that he's going to college soon and he wants to be a gamer slash engineer, and he wants to have his own company. So I definitely need to make these checks so he can make these checks so I can get my money back. Because one way or another, I'm going to get my money back. Right. So, you know, It's just that simple. It's just that simple. Is we have to take our actions. We have to work our actions in order to conquer our fear. So that was number 2. And now we're going to get into number 3. And I've actually made a post with this. I've done a topic on this as well. And it wasn't just so the name of it, the topic, the name of it was, in the picture. But now this is one of the weapons that's going to help you with the battle between productivity and procrastination. And that is knowledge is power, right? So, whew, being a single parent is no joke. And when I say single parent, I'm not talking about the ones that, that you are splitting the child's time, you're co-parenting. I'm not talking about those. I'm talking to the single parents that we don't have to split it with our child's other parent. If you're the mom who have custody of the kids, it's not the dad that's coming to get the kids on the weekends and things like that. Or if the dad has custody, it's not the mom coming on the weekends to get the kids. It's just us. Our kids are with us 80% of the time, because if you're like me, hopefully you're working. I know through this pandemic that we're going through right now, a lot of people aren't working, or they might be working from home. But the fact is, we have our kids even more now. So not only was I working from home at one point, but I'm also an essential worker. So I had to get back out into the fields and work, especially for who I work for. So I'm an essential worker. I have to make sure my son I'm on top of him with his schoolwork, because I've promised him and told him dozens of times, I don't want to go to jail. I don't look good in orange jumpsuits. I don't look good in striped jumpsuits. So please just do your work. If you need help, ask me. Like, your mama is a little bit smart. Just a little bit smart. I got 2 degrees. I got a bachelor's. I got a master's. I graduated, cum laude with my bachelor's. I graduated cum laude with my master's too. I got a 3.7 and a 3.8 GPA. I'm about this much smart. I can figure it out. And if I can't figure it out, trust me, I know somebody else. All I have to do is ask, who knows how to do this, who knows to figure it out, or we both figure it out together, right? So I have all of that. That's just me. I have all of that going on, taking care of my mom, taking care of my son. And it's just like, whew, it's like, wow, I'm human. Plain and simple. I'm human. You're human. We experience overwhelmingness like never before. Sometimes it's like everybody else. It ranges. It can be some people will know exactly how you feeling. They may not experience what you're going through, but they understand that overwhelming feeling. And it's like, trust me, and they just give you that, I got it. I understand completely, but we just have more pressure to keep it all under control because we're trying not to lose it. I know a lot of times I hold it in because I'm like, if I let it go, I'm gonna lose it. And I might take some people with me. Not them, not the people that's behind me, not my queen and the prince. But I might take some people with me just so I can feel better about myself. A little better. So it's like, okay, I got that out the way. Whew, I feel refreshed, But if I didn't know how to do something, I look it up. So I said with my son, I'm like, yo, just ask. Just ask. Learning is gaining knowledge. That's why that's why we have knowledge is power. Because as we gain the knowledge, as we learn, every day we learn something new. None of us knows everything. None of us. We might know how to do something better than somebody else, but none of us know everything. All of us can learn from somebody else, right? But here's something that Zig Ziglar, he is a motivational speaker, and he said that you may never finish college, but you should never stop educating yourself. Now, I finished college. I know tons of people that didn't, but I bet you me and the people that I know that haven't, we're both still constantly educating ourselves because we don't know everything. I'm a business owner. I don't know everything that comes to with my business. I'm learning stuff every day how to do stuff. When it comes to credit and financial education, I learn something every day because I make sure to find out, because what is it called? Credit and financial education. When it comes to my other business, ooh, I can't wait. I can't wait. When it comes to that, I'm constantly working on that craft, especially on the weekends. I'm constantly working on that craft. So, I have books, I have things going out, and I'm writing, just like with the financial education, I'm writing notes and taking notes. I have books everywhere. Like, I literally need to get all my books and put it together. But I have books, I have screenshots. That's the other thing. Screenshots. You just click, 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 so I can save it. So I can save it, review it later, take notes from it and things like that, So it's just, we're always learning. We're always educating ourselves, and on a proactive level, and as an entrepreneur, business owner. So I tried at one time to like delegate how many hours a day I was gonna put towards my business. So it was like, okay, I work my 9 to 5 from 8:30 to 4:30. My travel time to get home, and I've talked to my son, talked to my mom, make sure they have something to eat, things like that. Okay, so from 7:30 to 10:30, or from 8 to 11, I'm gonna be working on my business. That don't work for me. It don't work for me. So I work my business throughout the day, whether I'm at work at the 9 to 5 or I'm home on a day off. But that's what I have to do. That works for me. But you need to find hours of self-education. Like at Novae, we have our own entrepreneur success kit. Excuse me. Jesus. We have an entrepreneur success kit, and it also has like this library. Lord have mercy. This library, we get thousands, thousands of articles, podcasts, things we can just listen to while we're in the car, while we're on a train, while we're on a bus, while we're walking, while we're cleaning. Something we can do every day, and they're not long. If you don't have time to read at that particular moment, it might be a 10-minute video, a 10-minute recording that you just listen to, and you just listen to different record. That's self-education. That's constantly giving yourself the power of knowledge, right? So you can spend time listening to podcasts. I've updated and added podcasts, especially since I'm doing my own, reading books, blogs, articles, videos. You go on YouTube and look at videos, motivational speakers. I have mentors from afar. If you don't know what that means, that's people that I have never met, but I always look up to them because they have some insightful words, insightful things. They might be doing what I want to do, or they just might have those words that I need to hear to keep me going. Lisa Nichols is one that I've never met, but boy, like when she posts, I'll be reading her posts, and I try to do some of her some of her events and do whatever I can do. But it's like she's one that I listen to, and I just look at it. And like I said, there's others. There's tons and countless of others, you know. Um, but in general, gaining knowledge can help you eliminate your personal stresses as they arise. Now that there, I definitely need, right? So, for example, if you're losing sleep at night wondering why your car is making that horrible noise, and then you just like, I forget it. I can't figure this out. I don't know why I'm losing sleep over it. Now I know people that's like this because I'm a car fanatic. Like I love cars. And I'm not talking about the Benzes and the BMWs. Those are nice. Me, give me a 1993 300 Nissan 300ZX 2+2 twin turbo with a T-top. That's just me. Give me a Shelby Cobra. Give me a old school Mustang, a old school what is that? Challenger? No, not the Challenger. Can't remember, but it's a lot of cars. Like I have tons of cars going through my head. Not just cars, trucks. I'm definitely a truck girl. I'm actually in the market to buy a car and a truck, whichever I find first. Then the next go around, I'll buy the second thing. So if I get a truck first, I'll buy a car next. If I get a car now, I'll buy the truck next. But you know, gaining knowledge, like I said, it eliminates the personal stresses. So we're sleepless. We have sleepless nights, at this time, and we're just like, oh my gosh, what to do, what to do, what to do. What you do at that time, you jump online, you research the reason why this is happening, why the noise in your car is happening. You find some feedback on common problems and how much it may cost. And you start to make plans on correcting the dilemma. So as a single mom, as a single parent, Google is my best friend. I know for y'all too. You get on Google and we start looking up stuff, and especially with these kids being home, we look at how they're being taught certain math, and it's like, huh? I'm like, why can't you just do this? This is easier. Oh no, they said that we have to do it like this. I'm like, but do you understand it? No. So this is what you're going to do. Which one is easier? The one you showed me, it gives you the same answer, right? Yeah, that's the one you're going to do. It's just you confusing the kids, you confusing the parents, and we're looking on Google like, huh? Like, how are we supposed to do that, right? So you do a quick Google search, the information comes up on any problem that you're facing. It's great, but the point is knowing that you're up against it all at times. It doesn't help you sleep any better because it's constantly going through your mind. It's constantly going through your mind. But you'll be more confident than you would before, knowing that you have gained the knowledge, right? That now that you figured out at least a small portion of what the problem is, because you've got them like, you know what, it's on my mind. I need to figure it out now. That's a lot of times how people have come into being a business owner, being one of my business partners. It's like they've seen me up online and they might have seen a video of mine and they're just like, and I've literally had, especially with clients, I've had clients that knows what I've done. I've been doing for 6 years. Like I said, I've been credit, a personal credit and business credit specialist. So I've been doing this for 6 years, and literally now I have people hitting me up like, yo, it's time now. I need help. I need to get rid of these student loans. I seen that you've gotten your student loans removed. I was like, yeah, and I'm about to get some more removed too. I've other clients that we've had apart, they've had student loans removed. We've had bankruptcies removed. We've had judgment removed, collection removed. Like all across the board, we're seeing success with so many different things. And it's like now that people see it, it's like, you know what, I need this now. I need this now. I was talking with a single dad today, and I sent him my presentation on the business, and he was just like, I asked him, I said, so what did you think about the presentation? He was like, it was okay. Like, it was okay. Like, did we watch the same presentation? Like, I know what I saw. So what did you see? I was like, so, and I asked more questions. I said, because now I'm trying to gain knowledge of him and what did he like. So I asked him, what stood out? Had to make sure I got the right question. Yeah. What stood out for you from the presentation? And he was like, actually, all of it. He was like, I didn't know where to begin, where to start. So, of course, I gave him my little bit of expertise. And I'm like, well, we had a conversation before. I know what your goals is and things like that. So you can actually get in on the ground floor and to your get all the information you need to achieve your goals while earning money. Right now he's out of work due to COVID, and it's just like, okay, out of work, I'm taking care of the kids, I'm on my own. Like I said, he's a single father, and I mean single dad, like the way I am. Kids is with him. So he's just like, yeah, he's like, I just have to just put everything together, and I'm gonna figure out what to do. And he actually hit me up. He actually was on my mind today, and I was like, you know what? Let me contact him, because it's been a couple days, just to check on him, see how he's doing. I wasn't going to ask him about that, but he hit me up, and we started talking. I was just like, what you thought about the presentation? And then that's what he told me. He was like, yo, everything. Like, your company is wow. Like, you really have it all. I was like, well, we try to be diverse. So hopefully in the next couple days, it's definitely soon, I will be bringing in a new business partner, and helping another single parent achieve their goals of financial success, of wealth for the ages, and teaching their kids how to succeed and what they need to do in life. And plus, I already know the goals that he had in mind already right now. What the heck is that? Another phone. Already what he had in mind was he wanted to do. So it's like, I know what he wants to do. Novae is the vessel that's going to help you get there. So the obvious choice is, you know what? Let me get in and work it so I can get to where I need to get to. So, trying to read something real quick. Here we go. So the point that is knowing you're up against everything, it's going to work out in the end, because you've been able to get organized. You've been able to put action to conquer your fears, and you've also gained the knowledge and turned it into power. So it's just like so much that we have to do, but we can do it. You don't have to sit on the sidelines. You don't have to wait, even though we waiting with this election. But right now we have to wait. But everything else, we don't have to wait. We can get going and things like that. But as a single mom, as a single parent, whether you're single mom, single dad, I'm an advocate for mental health. I'm an advocate for autism, but I'm damn sure an advocate for single parent. Sorry, my hair. for single parents. I'm definitely an advocate, and a single parent, as a parent in general, your instincts kick in if you are a parent. And I'm not talking about never mind. As a single parent, my survival tactics kick in. I'm from the hood. Literally. Literally, like, I'm gonna do a video to go back and show where I actually came from, and people would look like, oh, this is nice. But if I had the people that I grew up with, they would tell you, nah, this wasn't nice. This area wasn't not this was one of the baddest areas and I'm from Flatbush. So if you know the area I'm talking about in Flatbush. People from Bed-Stuy, people from Brownsville, people from Coney Island, people from Gowanus, people from Farragut houses. If they stepped over there, Ain't play no games. Those mm, them 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 boys is trouble, and I don't mean just the guys. The whole crew, Flatbush, New York, and Foster, from Nostrand Ave all the way back to Brooklyn, so you know where I'm at. From Farragut all the way to Avenue D, that whole quadrant, we destroyed. We destroyed. You know, people like, oh, you live over there. Yeah, I live there. Let me know when you downstairs. Well, I'm on the corner. Did I tell you to let me know beforehand you was downstairs? Because they gonna ask you, yo, who are you? And especially because I have family that live there. And then, of course, you know, friends lived there. We looked out for each other. And you know, all the older guys and the older guys is looking out for the young ones. And they're like, get your man, look, when they say run, you run. Because they know who coming. They know who they looking for. They about to, woo. Oh, I miss Flatbush so much. So much. But like I said, my survival instincts kicked in being as a single parent, you know, and it's just like the more the more I deal with it, it's like, wow, I've overcome so much. And it's like I'm still overcoming stuff. I'm still dealing with things and I'm still working at it. I'm still getting better and I'm gonna keep getting better, whether I have one person in my corner, 10 people in my corner, or nobody in my corner. Every day I'm gonna get better. You know, no matter who stops speaking to me, who is talking to me, who's my friend, who's my family, it don't matter. It all comes down to me. It all comes down to the fact that I have to make it happen. So I have to stop procrastinating on my success. I have to stop procrastinating on the fact that I will be a multi-millionaire going into billionaire status. I have to stop procrastinating because as long as I procrastinate, my son is not going to get to where he needs to get to because I'm stopping myself, which is slowing him up. It's not stopping him, but it's slowing him up. And I don't want to slow him up. I want him to keep going, you know. So the moral of it all, the moral of this whole broadcast that I'm so glad that you joined me in. Maybe I have to get it right because I wrote this one. Knowing what you're dealing with or what you need to do to over an obstacle in your life will relieve significant stress. So don't run, don't hide, pull yourself together, get organized, do your research, and face your demons, right? So as a result, you'll feel the power that comes with being an unstoppable woman, an unstoppable man, an unstoppable mother, an unstoppable father, and a level of confidence that will affect every aspect of your life. So that being said, we have finished today's Win It Wednesday broadcast. Thank you so much for joining me. I so appreciate it all. If you're catching a replay, make sure you drop in the comments however this goes, because this is my first time using this. And so far, it's pretty good. I just couldn't go live on Facebook. But make sure you drop in the comments, you know, your thoughts, your questions, you know, everything. Make sure you let me know where you're tuning in from. I appreciate the love. Make sure you also subscribe to my YouTube channel, which of course is the Natural Lady Boss, because there is so much other things on that channel I'm talking about between credit and personal credit, business credit, loans. I'm talking about everything on there and not just about the business. I'm talking about life because it's all about the power mommy moves. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Check me out on Sunday because I will be going live again on Sunday for what? Sip and Save Sundays. You guys have a great night. I'll talk to you then. Peace.